Good morning, guys. This is my channel, Let the Sun Shine, and my name is Sheena. And I wanted to talk about something really quick. And I had been having this in my heart for a while, but not really having the words to express it and share it. But with reading a book I'm reading called Crucial Conversations, they talk about creating stories and how we create stories around certain facts. And sometimes those stories are detrimental to us, and they hold us back and they limit us. And then I was like, wow, this really is starting to confirm something that I have been feeling in my heart. And then I came across these messages where this guy is talking about our imaginations and how we have divine imaginations and we have the ability through the Energio in our imagination, that our imagination produces that spiritual energy to bring forth what we see, right? When we see it, we believe it, right? And I don't think that refers, for me, that doesn't refer to the outward world. It's like when I see something in my mind, when I see it in my imagination, I can believe it. If you can see yourself doing something, you can do it, right? It's just the power of the spirit within us, spirit of God. So hearing that, I was like, oh my gosh, this is totally confirming and resonating with what I felt inside of me already. That even though there can be outside stories about things, and we have the choice as to whether or not we're going to receive that story, believe it, and see it for ourselves, and to like bring it to pass, right? um like it could have to do with anything, like health related stuff. And uh, months ago I remember saying, like, I was praying to the Lord, like, I love this aspect of seeing health for what it is physically, um, and having physical, material answers for certain health issues. I love that. I appreciate that. I do. But I was like, I want to get more back into the spiritual side of things and healing spiritually, because in my past, um, like maybe like 8 years ago, something like that, I had been watching this guy, Todd White, and he was praying for people's legs to grow out, right? Like if they had uneven legs. So I kept watching and watching that, and I was meditating on it constantly, because I was excited about it. And so I watched it so much that I began to see myself doing it, and I had that built up energy for it. So I started praying for people in that way myself, and it was happening. Like people's legs were becoming even. I would see it, and other people too that were with me. I was like on an evangelism team. And so that was really exciting. And I was like just telling God, like, I want to get back into that side of things. Like, I totally appreciate the material, cause and effect, changing material with material, but I want to like get into like changing material with spirit. Um, so anyways, coming across these messages was really exciting for me, because I was like, holy moly, this is it right here. This is what I'm looking for, and because this is what I already see. So what else do I want to say about that? Okay. So for instance, you could be aware that chemtrails, right? They exist. They're spraying the skies. They create a haze, right? But you have the choice whether you want to ingest that story and make it become a part of you and become upset about it, or become fearful. So now you're in your imagination and your divine being, you're producing fear, right? And then that in turn is going to you know, pr- shift in the material world or produce something. And this just lines up with everything, guys. Like this lines up with German New Medicine, totally. Like German New Medicine, conflict shocks, how those conflict shocks that you experience internally uh, affect your physical body. Like it just kind of confirms in every, in science, if you will. I hate saying like, science confirms it, but like it was interesting because it was connecting, is what I'm saying. Like it was connecting the dots. I'm like, wow, that's basically what they say in German New Medicine as well. Be careful with those conflict shots, right? And also confirms with the Bible. That's why Paul said, look, if you don't want to eat meat, don't eat meat. If that, you know, and even more so, if you know your brother is offended by eating meat, don't offend his conscience. You know what I mean? Don't do that around him. If just have brotherly love. Maybe when you're around your brother who's his conscience is messed up by meat, don't eat meat. But anyways, my whole point, just to wrap this up, is that we get to choose what stories we want playing on the inside of us. Um, Even though you know something to be like a fact on the outside, you don't have to internalize it. You have the choice. And what we feel and think on the inside is a little bit more important than what's going on the outside. And I've always believed that too. I mean, I think that, again, to come back to the material side of things, I do think what we put in our mouths, in our bodies, is more important than chemtrails or anything like that on the outside of us. And I think what we think in our inner life and what we dream and imagine is more important than the political upheavals that are going on the outside of us. What's going on the inside? That's what matters, like, more. 100%. All right, take care.